Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. This is Kyle. You're the host currently of the podcast. I don't know what I have it named right now, but that doesn't matter. We're going to be talking about the presidential debate that happened yesterday evening, September 9th of 2020, between Donald J. Trump and Joe Biden. So, the first debate's topics were chosen by the moderator, Chris Wallace. The topics he decided were Trump and Biden's records, the Supreme Court justice, COVID-19, the economy, race and violence in our cities, and the integrity of the election. Some pretty hot topic stuff there, stuff that's been in the media a lot lately. And you're not going to be surprised in the slightest how it goes. They start out casually, Chris Wallace introducing everyone has the greetings. And they open up with the Supreme Court justice. And Trump is justifying why he should be allowed to appoint the Supreme Court justice. And right now, even though the Republicans fucking filibustered and blocked everything Obama did for the moment from 2014 when they got the Senate again until the very end. Also, everything they blocked in 2010 when they regained the House. But either way, Trump's saying they won an election and elections have consequences, which are true. People tend to forget that. 2014 was probably the most consequential election we had, recently. The Democrats lost a bunch of southern and midwestern seats, and they lost their Senate majority the first time in 10 years, I think. It pretty much solidified the Republican majority in the Senate and the government. And that one, so if the Republicans hadn't won that election, Obama would have had a Senate, it would have put his person on the Supreme Court when Justice Scalia died 4 years ago. And at the same time, Ruth Bader Ginsburg may have retired earlier. And yeah, the whole Supreme Court shit wouldn't be happening right now, but that's besides the point. And at some point during the debate, too, Trump's bragging about how Obama couldn't fill 180 appointments. But here's the thing, though. That's completely wrong. Because Mitch McConnell blocked every appointment Obama had and wouldn't even raise a vote for any of them or make it through the committees. So, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, elections have consequences, They talk about this for a bit. And Biden basically makes the argument that we have an election going now and the people should decide. And if Trump wins in November, he can place his Supreme Court nominee on the ballot, on the court right away, the moment he wins the election. Otherwise, they should wait until February when the new president is sworn in and the new Congress. But there's also a little caveat to that, too. So currently the Republican senator from Arizona is on a special election since she's replaced John McCain. And if she loses, and since it's a special election, if the Democrat wins what's his face, John Kelly or whatever, I fucking see those ads all the time. So if he wins, he'd have to be sworn in immediately, and the Republicans would automatically lose one extra seat. Completely. So that's one thing if they stall it out long enough. So they have one less seat to work with, and then you have Susan Collins and Lindsey Murkowski from Alaska. So there's 3 votes right there. Well, 2 more. They go from having a 54 seat majority to a 53 automatically. Okay, that's something that could happen too. But that's not okay. I need to get back on topic. All right. But so basically, Biden's trying to argue what the Republicans argued fucking 4 years ago, how the president shouldn't have a say during an election year. And Biden makes a pretty clear argument that Trump they're trying to actually strip the individual mandate and overturn a Republican currently suing the government, which has major consequences for a bunch of people. They're saying about 20 million people will be stripped of their health insurance from that. because a lot of people get subsidies from Obamacare, and the whole individual mandate like didn't really matter, I guess. But I fucking don't know. It's to make sure people buy insurance. That's the whole point. If you have a bunch of people, sick people on insurance, it's gonna kill the fucking program. That was the whole point of why the Republicans got rid of it. They've been trying to get rid of Obamacare fucking for 10 years, even though it's a Republican plan. These dumb motherfuckers. And Trump accuses Biden of like, oh, he's gonna do socialized medicine. He's gonna take away everyone's private health insurance. But here's the thing. Fucking Biden says he doesn't all the time. And like he calls him a socialist. Biden is a fucking centrist. It doesn't fucking matter. But Trump's trying to do two things at once here. He's trying to make Biden seem as extreme as possible to any centrists or moderate Republicans who might think of switching sides for a bit. And at the same time, he's trying to make Biden lose any leftist votes. But here's the thing. Biden wasn't going to get the leftist votes. Leftists don't fucking vote. That's why they don't have power. Fucking hate to break it to you. Maybe you guys should organize and get people you want. But hey, that's besides the point. Because he's like, because later in the debate, they even go and Biden's like, I don't agree with the Green New Deal, Medicare for all, some other shit. He's like, then Trump's like, well, you just lost the leftist vote. But hey, it's more important to defeat fascism than getting what you want right now. So fucking suck it up. That's all I have to say for this. Okay, let's go back to this. I don't know why I'm getting fucking annoyed by this. But yeah, so they argue about the Affordable Care Act and how the justices, and like fucking Trump's quoting Ruth Bader Ginsburg and shit. And then they like move on after a bit because they really get nowhere. And like Trump calls him a socialist. That's about it. And yeah. I think at some point, Trump says Biden's like weak-willed and he'll do whatever the party says, and Joe Biden says I am the party. Well, it's true because whoever wins the election as head of their party, fucking look at the Republicans. But here's the thing: Democrats aren't very unified. They never have been. The centrists just get in the fucking way. Let's be honest here. They make things worse for everyone. And then, like, the more liberal senators, they, like, usually capitulate really easily. And do whatever. Everyone just does whatever the party says, basically. And that's what they do. Your party wants socialized medicine, blah, blah, blah. And that's what, he says your party wants socialized medicine, and they'll just push him over. And he's like, that party is me. Right now, I'm the Democratic Party. They're gonna dominate you, Joe. You know that. I am the Democratic Party, not according to Harris. But hey, he's right, though. Like, that's how it is right now. He has control of the Democratic Party and the platform. But Joe Biden and but the Democrats will actually have to deal with and capitulate to the left if they want to remain in power and do things to get rid of the protests and that sort of stuff. Because they need the left to maintain power, sort of. Because they know for a fact the next election, all the Republicans who voted for Biden or centrists will fucking switch. So they need to maintain at least some of the left. And here's the thing, leftists don't really vote. They're like, neither do the youth. So they need some, just enough. Because a lot of that's the reason why Obama lost the Senate in 2014 and the House in 2010, is no one comes out to vote for midterms, and it just fucks the Democrats. And that's why the Republicans have so much power, like, all the time. It's because their base is much more loyal and have more free time to vote. Because they're old rich people who have nothing better to do but to fuck people over. Because that's what they do normally for fun, for their jobs. He actually, a pretty good point. So Biden's like, he's going to wipe out the Affordable Care Act when people need it the most. And get rid of he's suing to get rid of existing conditions in the Supreme Court. He keeps lying like he isn't, but people don't pay attention to that shit. So like there's then he brings up the fact 20,000 people have died on his watch. And he makes a really good like moment where he like talks into the audience about how they're suffering and how they're like people have dying that they know. And like that's actually a really good thing. Like that's a really good debate tactic. He's not debating Trump. He's trying to convince people who are watching to side with him and to remember how shitty things are. And Trump has nothing to counter that, and it flusters him. You could see a couple times during the debate where Trump gets triggered. Let me look at something else real quick. He was saying Trump wouldn't ban Biden wouldn't ban China from coming to America. The Chinese coming to America, and they like go back and forth about lockdowns and stuff. And a pretty good point Biden made is Trump downplayed the whole infection, was saying how good the Chinese president was doing, and holding and maintaining the infections until Trump realized he was fucked. That's when he fucking traded. That's when he threw that man under the bus, even though they're best friends. Like they'd go to parties and stuff together, like for the first like year or two, and they would like have talks. You could see it, like they're best friends. Like fucking Xi Jinping, I think his name. And the fucking Trump loves autocrats. Like that's what he does. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that sort of deal. Like the Chinese, though, they actually got their shit together pretty quick, unlike America, because like throughout the whole debate, Trump deflects and blames everyone else for everything. Oh yeah, it's on the ballot of the court. Oh yeah, Trump's trying to deflect, saying that you don't know our view. His nominees, they're talking about Roe v. Wade for a bit. Of course he's gonna repeal Roe v. Wade. That's what they've been fucking promising since the 70s when it fucking got enacted. That's how they get that's what the evangelicals want, and that's what they've been hoping for decades. But the Republicans always have this great fear since Eisenhower. When Eisenhower, the funniest thing happened. Eisenhower nominated several judges, and one of the judges he got nominated ended up being, he created the most liberal Supreme Court justice, the Supreme Court for the next like 30, 40 years. Just because Eisenhower, and like they also happened to Bush too, where they nominate some judges, and then the judges after a while become more left-leaning and become more for civil rights and like basic human rights. Like Anthony Kennedy, he's still a fucking conservative, but he voted for gay rights stuff and expanding that, but he fucking would like gut affirmative action quite a bit. I don't understand some shit they do, but hey, they're worried about that too, which could happen. It hasn't happened in a while, but you never know. They could fuck up, but I highly doubt it, because they usually pick people who they've known, who have been on the court for quite a bit and have like a pretty like solid record on things. And they've been like, they always freak out about that. That's why they always ask about who. That's why Trump posted a bunch of lists of what Supreme Court justice he's going to nominate. That's what the whole big deal was like 5 years ago, in 2015, 2016. The Republicans are very afraid of accidentally nominating someone who's moderate or liberal. And that's very important to them. Trump spends a bit of time like bragging about keeping all of the Obamacare there, but the individual mandate. But the whole point of the individual mandate is it's supposed to be like a stool, a 3-legged stool where like you need all 3 legs to have the program work sufficiently, because people won't get insurance if they don't have to. That sort of deal. That's what the whole mandate's about, and that's the reason why private healthcare doesn't really work. Because everyone's going to get healthcare when they're already sick, when they already need it. It's going to make it more expensive for everyone. Because young people don't like getting healthcare because young people are poor and broke. And that's one of the good things about Obamacare is you could stay on your family's health plan like longer into your mid-20s. But they want to get rid of a lot of that stuff. Anything that doesn't help out the whole healthcare industry. Oh, yeah, Trump was talking about his thing with the negotiations with the pharmaceutical companies to lower drug prices, but I remember reading all those companies like pulled out because he was being unreasonable, apparently. So yeah, and that's a thing too. He was like I was reading, he was trying to give convince them to give them he wanted to give a bunch of the senior citizens $200 for medicine from like the pharmaceutical companies, and the pharmaceutical companies were like, no, fuck that shit. We don't give a shit about these old people. You're like, yeah. Like, they're like, you're trying to buy the election for yourself. Um, Trump keeps saying, "Oh yeah." Chris Wallace asks, "What about pre-existing conditions?" And Trump's like, "All the things we've done," and he hasn't done shit. But Joe Biden's like, he has not done healthcare. They really tried to kill a bunch of people earlier, but they didn't have the votes, so that was pretty good. But if we lose this election, they'll probably have the votes again, and then we're all fucked. And that's something. It's okay, I guess. This is the world we voted for. Oh yeah, he was trying to say that Biden's going to try to end private insurance, create a government a healthcare takeover. But all Biden does is wants to add a public option. So if you would be on you already qualify for Medicaid, you'd just get it for free already automatically instead of having to sign it up. Because a lot of the governors in conservative states decided they voted against, they didn't want it. So like now people are going around like Oklahoma, Utah, Kansas all voted to expand Obamacare in their states, like the people did. And like their conservative legislators and governors like try to fucking cut that shit, like do the make it as little as possible, even though they're forced to by like the law people voted for, like the acts or whatever. Oh yeah, he was like, he breaks up like oh yeah, one of the things is like hey look I beat Joe Biden's like, hey look I beat Bernie Sanders, and Trump was like not by much. And not, like they argue for a bit. He was like, then he fucking calls Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas, saying that he needed Elizabeth Warren to fucking beat. He needed Elizabeth Warren to stay in the race long to beat him. And the fact is, Elizabeth Warren was stealing Bernie's votes. Elizabeth Warren should have fucking just dropped out and endorsed Bernie when all the centrists dropped out. And the only reason why they had to do that too is because the fucking centrists were all too weak. They were all too weak to knock each other out. So the party had to get involved, force everyone out to consolidate the vote. Otherwise, Bernie would have won. Like, they had to. Like, they were all too weak. And now we have a weak candidate, and that's whatever. It's okay. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Let me think. What was the next thing? They talk about that shit for a bit. Oh yeah, he says he lost the left when he said he wouldn't do Medicare for all. But here's the thing, that's struck down in the Supreme Court either way because of the fucking conservative Supreme Court that everyone allowed to happen. Yeah, so yeah, I was reading earlier, out of all the like leftists and like more extreme ideas, well, extreme in quotation marks, that Trump accused Biden of, the two things Biden did not condemn was packing the court and then packing the court and something else. There was like two things that would like expand the Democratic power to like make sure the Democrats will actually get their shit to stay. I don't feel like going through the transcript and finding it. We're finding the article right now, but that was like the main thing. I'll probably post the article I saw in the description. Trump just said he was like trying to make the fucking thing better. But all they did was get rid of the individual mandate. All they've been doing is weakening Obamacare just because they want to prove... The Republicans hate people and they hate functional government. Well, they hate government that interferes with business. They like government that interferes in people's personal lives. And the only way they can get rid of the government that would like stop interfering in businesses' lives is they pretend they're for personal choices and like individualism, but it's really they just want to protect the businesses. So like that's why they usually say they're against like socialism and stuff, but they really just and big government. They want big government and they just want it for the individual. They like control, they like power, and they want to. The whole thing with conservatism and the Republican Party is they believe they deserve to be at the top and they need to rule over everyone. They're just fucking monarchists. And that's the truth of the matter. They love hierarchies. They believe they deserve to be at the top of the hierarchy. And that's why they'll do whatever they can to help the rich and destroy the poor. And That's why they hate Obama. That's why though they used to be. Yeah, that's the main problem with Obamacare. It helps. It puts too much on fucking employers and the health insurance industry. They don't want that. They want free reign and laissez-faire capitalism, which people suffer under. Far worse capitalism. They want to make capitalism more worse, and it's already shitty as fuck. Oh my god, why am I still talking to him? Okay. He's just like, oh yeah, one good thing, one funny thing, Joe Biden says, Trump just has wishful thinkings. He signs a bunch of executive orders with no, like, power. He hasn't done anything for anyone. They had, like, the Senate and the House for 2 years. They could have done whatever they wanted. They wasted a shit ton of time repealing Obamacare, and their tax cuts. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really productive stuff. Then yeah, they talk about Donald Trump says in 47 years you've done nothing. They understand. Yeah. So Trump attacks Biden on his record in the Senate, I guess, for doing nothing. But then also at the same time he attacks Biden for the crime bill and the Obamacare and socialist stuff. He's called Biden a socialist and communist several times throughout this whole debate. But he gets triggered when you bring up white supremacy. They talk about COVID enough, a lot actually. And how they just blame each other. Well, Trump just lies about his record. And Biden talks to the people about how they're suffering in this bit. And it's pretty effective. Like, Biden's very good at empathy and getting the ability to connect with people. He brings up swine flu. But less people died from swine flu than coronavirus. Yeah, 14,000 people died from swine flu, not 20,000. And yeah, they didn't have to shut down the economy. I remember swine flu. That shit was crazy. I didn't know anyone who got it. Because I think Obama had 2 pandemics. Ebola never really came to America because they made sure to quarantine anyone. And they did a bunch of testing to make sure no one from those areas was able to actually move in get in the country. And when they did, they make sure they quarantined them and put them straight into hospitals and monitored them. Only a couple people, I don't know how many people died from Ebola in America. I think it was only healthcare officials, doctors and nurses who went to Africa to help. The worst thing fucking President Trump said is you don't trust Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. Johnson & Johnson only gave a bunch of people cancer. Their talcum powder, it was known to give people cancer, and it's on the warnings. Johnson & Johnson's a shit company. They give people cancer, they don't give a shit. Stop buying their products. And that's something I fucking hated. I was like, you don't trust Johnson? Fuck yeah, I don't trust them. They fucking give people cancer. Fucking jackass motherfucker. He keeps promising about a vaccine that's going to happen soon, but here's the thing. You need trials for vaccines to make sure they even work. And tests, and see if the vaccine's effective. Because a vaccine might wear off after a couple years, months, decades, depending on how you create the vaccine. And it looks like people get COVID more than once, so a vaccine might not even be it might be you have to get the vaccine every couple months, couple years, depending. But it's a whole logistics thing, too. It's about getting, it's a whole bunch of shit. Oh yeah, he was saying they're going to use the military to deliver vaccines and 200,000 a day, 200,000 vaccines a day, but there's 300 million Americans. So I was reading somewhere taking 5 to 9 years to actually get everyone vaccinated. I think herd immunity, you need about 90-something%. So they'd probably give vaccines to the most, the elderly, the most people who are most needy. Oh yeah. Fucking Kamala Harris said you can't trust the scientist Chris Wallace brings up. No, Well, no, you can't trust the science. She did say that you can't trust the administration on Biden. Will be muzzled. It will be. She said the public experts quote will be muzzled and will be suppressed. Yeah, they're being suppressed now. Trump's having his numbers not go directly to the CDC, but through his administration. So I'm pretty sure more people actually have died and gotten fucking COVID than they've been letting on. Because once he took over, you notice a lot of the infection rates went down. But to be fair, they also did a lot more mask mandates. But the first wave never really ended. The second wave never really ended, and we're about to go into a third wave of corona. They probably should have, did better, everyone. Oh yeah, he kept bringing about like how Biden did shitty in school, but Trump literally sued to make sure his transcriptions wouldn't come out, and he threatened his old school with legal action if they did. So I don't really know what that's about. That's pretty hypocritical, Mr. President, I guess. But you don't give a shit. You're a piece of shit human being. Let's see what else happened during this debate. Let me see. I'm not watching it. I have like the transcript open and I'm like casually glancing through it. Yeah, because I saw it yesterday in this Discord call I was in. And it was a pretty shitty debate. Debates don't really matter already. And Trump needed like something big to happen against Biden to change the direction of the race. But nothing happened, and something did happen. A lot of things happened against Trump. Nothing really helped him because they fucked up. Trump fucked up a lot. Like before the debate for the last couple months, him and his people have been saying that Biden has dementia, and he's like mentally not there. So any somewhat decent performance by Biden is a win, and it looks like Trump just lost to a man with dementia. Because Trump evaded every question, deflected. The man is amazing at deflection and not answering questions. That's fucking crazy how good at deflections he's at. Oh yeah, they bring up his rallies. That was the funniest thing. He was like, we had no negative effects on, he's like, who put them at, yeah, it was funny. They brought up the mask and Trump's. We had no negative effect. Fucking Herman Cain died from his last rally. How are you gonna say you have no negative effects? And I like how no one brought up the fact Herman Cain died from his rally. He went to the rally that was super spread. Didn't wear a mask. Died 3 weeks later. And Herman Cain's fucking Twitter account's out there tweeting anti-mask propaganda. Fucking dumbasses. The dude fucking died from corona. Now you're saying corona's not that bad. The man fucking died for the Republican Party and Trump. Shit's stupid. They talk about the economy. And here's the thing. The beginning, Trump's economy is not really... Presidents don't control the economy. It's fucking stupid that we pretend they do. They have no control of the goddamn economy. People need to stop thinking that. God fucking damn it. They don't do anything with the economy. Fuck. And also, most of the policies are just left residual shit. All of Trump's economy is leftover from Obama. The president doesn't control the economy, people. The president has no control of the economy. They can affect it by doing stupid shit like Trump does. Putting tariffs on Chinese products, fucking over the farmers. But they have really no control of the economy. It's really just good or bad luck. The whole stock market. He just watches the stock market all day. Like a fucking dumbass. The stock market doesn't really do much to, show, related to the economy. Because the stocks, they'll fall if, there's bad news. But, they're, it's gonna, drop. All you're doing is, when the stock, I don't know. It's just stupid. The stock market's stupid. I hate it. I hate it here. I hate capitalism. I hate it. I hate it. Oh yeah, they talk about the shutdowns, and he's blaming the Democrats, their shutdowns for fucking over the economy. But fuck, this stupid shit. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why did I have to watch this? Why do I have to read this? Fuck, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's all stupid. God damn it. I fucking hate both of them. But I hate Trump more. He's a fucking fascist. Be a part of Antifa, vote against Trump. That's an anti-fascist action to vote against Trump. Remember that. They even bring up Antifa during the whole white supremacist debacle. Joe Biden rightfully points out Antifa is not an organization, it's an idea. It's the idea to fight fascism in all its forms and to prevent the rise of fascism and the Nazis. They're fucking Nazis. I'm pulling up the clip right fucking now. Putting that shit in there. Fucking Nazi bastards. I'm gonna add it and post it. They also bring up Trump's taxes and how Trump lied, saying he paid millions of dollars in taxes and he won't show his tax returns. And like he gets all triggered and like embarrassed after they push him on it. And like he deflects and changes the subject. He's like, millions of dollars. You paid millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Yes, not 750 millions of dollars. You get to see it. You all get to see it. When? Inshallah. Let me tell you. Yeah, some bullshit. I fucking hate it. I hate it all. Fuck the rich. God damn, I fucking hate it. Fucking pointless shit. Of course he wasn't paying taxes. Fucking billionaire companies don't pay taxes. The rich don't pay taxes. It's literally why they have fucking accountants and attorneys, to avoid paying taxes. And conservatives are like, oh, we need a flat tax. No, that's not helpful at all. All you're doing is raising the taxes on the poor. The taxes need to be progressive so they don't end up regressive and taxing the poor more. The rich need to pay more in taxes. It's dumb as shit and I hate it here. Wait, I didn't even notice that. If you were, Chris Wallace asked, if you were elected president, focus a lot on big government, big taxes, big spending. I want to focus on first your taxes. You propose a $4 trillion over the next few decades in taxes on individuals making $400,000. Individuals making more than $400,000 a year and on corporations. Trump says that kind of increased tax is going to hurt the economy and it's going to come out of a recession. That's not how the economy works, not in the slightest. Like it's some stupid shit. Companies do not spend money on their employees. They just spend the money on their shareholders. It's stupid and I hate it. I hate it here and I hate it. Like, they just spend the money to buy back shares, bonuses. They don't give shit to their employees. They don't make things better for their employees. Companies are stupid. I fucking hate it. I hate corporations. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Fuck, I hate it. Oh yeah, he's gonna eliminate some fucking taxes or whatever too. It's stupid. He's gonna try, he's saying he's gonna freaking make the shit easier. Fuck the tax system. I fucking hate rich people. I fucking hate it here. Most people's taxes won't go up. Doesn't fucking matter. Everyone should be paying more in taxes anyways. Who gives a shit? The government should be doing more for people. Poverty shouldn't exist in America, and it's stupid that it does. People shouldn't be dying because they can't afford medicine. People should have access to doctors and medication. I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it here so fucking much. I hate it. Okay, I need to stop doing that. Okay, I'm sorry. Fuck, have you been listening to this? I'm so fucking sorry. This is going on for too long. Oh yeah, Trump fails to condemn the white supremacists. It's pretty hilarious. They ask him about the white supremacists and he brings up Antifa. And he tells them to stand down and stand by. He didn't condemn them at all. And you see conservatives on the fucking internet saying, oh, Trump has condemned white supremacists so many times before. Why does he need to do it again? Oh my god. It's so disingenuous on the media to bring it up. Oh my god, Trump would never do this. Fucking white supremacist jackasses. But hey, I fucking hate this world so fucking much. I hate it so much. God. Alright, what was I saying? And which is disingenuous. It's fucking bullshit. He's never condemned white supremacists. He literally always says the other side is just as bad. His base is all Nazis and white supremacists. And they're like, oh, there's black Trump supporters and Hispanics. Here's the thing, Hispanic's not a race. You can be white and black as a Hispanic. And then the same thing, Hispanics is an ethnic group. And black people, they can fucking internalized white supremacy, like racism, white supremacy, and it's fucking stupid, and I hate it here. The mind of the oppressed. It's very easily. Fuck. It's so fucking stupid. Internalized racism. Like, if you spend your whole life reading, watching, and listening to media that tells you you're evil, the people around you are bad, and it stigmatizes you based on who you are and who you were born as, that's going to do something to you. And that's going to make you hate people like you. And you're going to believe white people are better just because of all of this shit you've been fed your whole life. And that's why you need racial sensitivity training. Because you need to deprogram the propaganda that you've been living with your whole fucking life. And that's what they bring up later in the fucking debates. Trump says it's anti-American to have racial sensitivity training. It's against American values. American values are fucking racism and it needs to end. Fucking goddamn it, I'm gonna fucking hate this shit. Goddamn it, I fucking hate it. I hate it. And Biden is right. He's like, people have biases and you need not to learn how to offend people and insult them and dehumanize them. That's what racism does. Fucking dehumanizes people and makes it easier to murder them. And that's what the Nazis did. And that's what they're gonna fucking do if Trump wins. That's what they're always going to do. They're gonna kill the leftists, the communists, the anarchists, blacks, gays, Jews, Hispanics, anyone who does not look like them, think like them. They will kill them. And that is a problem. That's why he needs to be stopped. He's not the smartest person. He's fucking an idiot. There's going to become a fascist. He's priming his audience for a coup. There's going to be someone who comes by who's a lot smarter and a lot more evil. And they'll know what to do better. And he will be able to use Trump's blueprints to kill a bunch of people. And this is why you can't allow Nazis and anything bad in your fucking communities. First, you tolerate their not so bad ideas, and they seem like an okay person, and they invite more of their friends. I literally stole this off of Twitter. This dude went to a bar, and like the bartender kicked this dude out for having Nazi shit on, and the dude was like, "What happened?" He was like, "You didn't see the iron crosses and the swastikas on him." Here's the thing: the first guy seems nice, and he has non-horrible view. You listen to his reasonable views, and he invites his next friend. The guy, and he seems nice too, and then he invites his other friends. Now you have and more of their friends. Now you have a Nazi bar, and in the end, Nazis are a piece of shit who are always going to do bad things and hurt people. And you know what? Fuck Trump. Fuck white supremacy. Fuck this shit. I'm done right now. I'm angry. Fuck this thing. I hate this thing. I hate it. And I need to stop talking. I think I'm done for this. Thanks for listening. It's too long. Bye. Oh yeah, I'll play the clip of Trump not condemning white supremacy at the end.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared
to
specifically
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got to be
not
kidding.
militia. That's what his
it's an idea.
FBI director said.
Well,